Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast for March 22 through 28. Look, my darlings, if you happen to fall upon this video outside of the dates I just mentioned, don't worry, you found it when you were meant to find it and when it was time for you to hear the messages. So if you've been led to this video whenever that time is, there's at least one message in here for you. These are general readings, not every single message will resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. Without further ado, my dears, let's see what's going on. I almost said Aquarius. Oh my gosh, I could just hear the rage in the comments. For Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What is going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, so your first card here, Gemini, is the Queen of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign energy. I know those of you that watch tarot readings, a lot of you are used to watching them about love and relationship. So anytime the court cards come up, we look at it as, oh, who is this person? Who might this person be? But the way that I read in the weekly forecast, I try to focus on you and your energy, Gemini. I want this to be about you and less about other people, okay? That's how I do it in the weekly. In the love readings, we'll go more so about other people and relationships, and those I have linked in the description. You can watch them after if you want. But Queen of Cups is the energy or the part of your aspect or personality that's very connected with the realm of emotion, intuition even, okay? So some of you are beginning to manifest your intuition, your own psychic gifts and abilities, your own healing abilities. Okay, and as I said that, oh, I just got chills. My hands started to get really hot, and when I would do energy healing on people, my hands would get really hot, and the people we'd be working on, they'd be like, oh, can you turn the heat down on the heating pad? I'm like, there's no heating pad, I'm just using my hands. So some of you might be getting into like healing work or healing ability, okay? Like you might be kind of feeling like you're gravitating towards that, or you're wanting to study it, or you're wanting to learn it. This can be challenging right now, okay, depending on where you live, because a lot of places still have these stay-at-home orders. A lot of places aren't letting people get together even in small groups, and so you might be feeling discouraged, like, oh, but I can't do it, or I can't learn it. I promise you, my darling, it's already inside of you. I promise you that. You can watch videos about it, you can buy books about it and read about it and practice the techniques in the books, you know. You can practice on, if you're living with people, you can practice on the people you're living with. Don't feel discouraged just because you might not be able to physically go someplace and have someone teach you. But I feel this really strong sense of like this inner healer being unlocked for many of you, okay, or receiving healing, okay. Queen of Cups is also a card that comes up for me that says that you might be experiencing some challenging times. You might be going through some really big life changes right now, or you might be having to tackle a difficult assignment or a difficult period in your life. And the Queen of Cups lets us know that the way that you're going to be able to get through it is by taking some time to feed your spirit, to feed your soul, okay? Do things that soothe your heart. Do things that are comforting for you, that are also good for you. You know, sometimes we might do this by way of connecting with the arts, because the cups can be the realm of emotion, creativity, artistic energy. So maybe you're kind of immersing yourself in some kind of art form, or music, or something having to do with, you know, being still and being in your feelings and allowing yourself to connect with what you feel and with what you want. But Queen of Cups can oftentimes be a reminder that we need to take care of ourselves. You might be so busy hustling and working towards these goals because, you know, you're wanting to have stability, or you're thinking about how you're going to help other people in your life. And the Queen of Cups is like, hey, what about you, Gemini? What about you? Okay, don't forget to take care of you. You should be a priority for yourself as well. The next card here, my dears, is the Eight of Swords. So some of you are feeling stuck or trapped in a situation. Like I said, some of you are upset because of what's happening right now in the world, and you're feeling like you're limited, and you're feeling like you can't get to a whole lot of things happening. And so with this Eight of Swords energy, Eight of Swords is like, look, you think you're stuck, but you're not. There are other ways around this. There are other paths available. When you look at the Eight of Swords, right, if you just pay attention to the symbolism here in the artwork, right, there's this woman and she's got this band around her. It's not that tight. There's plenty of room here for her to pull her hand out, to get her hands out and let this whole thing little here like shimmy out of it, let it drop, pull up that blindfold off her eyes, and then what is she gonna see? This scary water underneath her that she's sensing, it's not that deep. It's barely even a puddle. She can step over it. These swords that are around her aren't all the way around her. She has plenty of room to walk forward. She could even, King Arthur style, grab a couple of those swords and yank them out and take them with her as tools, as protection, okay? Situation's not as bad as you think. And sometimes I see Eight of Swords to come up to say, look, here's an opportunity. Something that you're seeing as a problem is actually something being handed to you to work with that's going to open up a really big solution. So some of you, maybe you do all of a sudden have some time to yourself, right? This could be that great time to connect with your heart space, and that's opening doors for you, whether it's artistically, whether it's spiritually, helping you create a path towards something new. Okay, Eight of Swords is like, it seems like it's a impossible situation, but it's not. We're making it worse in our mind than what it actually is. Okay, the next card here is the World. See how positive, right? And so this is a major arcana card. When the major arcana cards come up, we're coming into a significant change, a significant new chapter, right? In our life, something is happening that's going to be very formative, that we're going to look back on and we're going to remember. And as far as the major arcana cards go, this is energy that's not going to be around for 1 week or 2 weeks. This is a chapter in your life, as I said. This is like a new cycle that you're entering into. So it's going to be energy that's going to be around for a while. Okay, we're not talking about a couple of weeks here. So as far as energy having it around for a while, this is really great energy to have around for a while, because this is that completion, this is that graduation, this is that success where you've learned the karmic lessons and now you're able to step up into a new way of living, into a new way of life. A lot of you might be working on some projects here that are going to really begin to get attention. People are going to see it. People are going to be checking it out. People are going to be talking about it. There could be a sense of fame or popularity or exposure that happens when we see the World card. One thing that I see a lot of the times when the World card comes up is this sense of being really comfortable in your own skin, loving yourself. You're ready for attention. You're ready for compliments. You're ready to be appreciated. You're ready to be seen. And so there's this energy of putting yourself out there, right? And this is like a reoccurring theme over the past couple of weeks. And Gemini, please forgive me. I can't remember if it came up for you guys last week or if it was for another sign, but the last 2 weeks it's come up, and I can't remember if it's for the same sign or if different signs are getting this message at different times, because we're all kind of on this path of awakening here. But I feel some of you might be putting yourselves out there in terms of doing some kind of spiritual work. And you're not even taking it as like, oh, well, this is going to be my career, or this is going to be how I make money. It's like something that you're genuinely doing out of the desire to do it, out of like the goodness of your heart. You may be accepting payment for it, but you're not putting pressure on it like, oh, well, it's got to hurry up and it's got to boom and it's got to be all I do, right? You may be accepting payment or barter for it, but you're not seeing it as like putting pressure on it to be your only source of income, and you're just doing it because you feel led or guided to do it. So in this process, some of you are putting yourself out there, and there might be people who are like, Gemini, when did you get into that stuff? And, don't you know it's bad, or like whatever, like this kind of thing. But you're in this energy where you're like, I don't care. I don't care if people don't understand it, right? I can deal with that. If they're not supportive of it, or if they don't understand it, that's fine. That's their thing, but I'm not going to worry about it, you know? So there might be like this, we kind of call it coming out of the mystical closet, coming out of the spiritual closet. I know the expression tends to be coming out of the witch's closet, but not all people who gravitate towards spirituality are witches. And so for that reason, I don't like to use that term coming out of the witch's closet, because everybody's spirituality is going to be different. Some of you might be taking that path, and some of you might be taking a different spiritual path. But to the people around you, it's all the same thing, right? They don't know. They don't get it. They don't know if you're a shaman or if you're a Wiccan. They don't know if you're a spiritual person, or somebody who's really into like metaphysics. Like, they don't know. It's all the same, under the same umbrella for them. But you're just in this energy where you're like, I don't care what people think. This is who I am. This is what I feel like I want to do out of the joy of my heart. And so many of you are getting into that kind of energy. We're just tired of hiding in general. Even if you're not doing spiritual stuff, you're coming into this authenticity where you're like, I just want to live my life in the open. I don't want to feel like I have to, worry so much about like hiding what I'm putting on social media, or who I'm hanging out with, or what I'm doing, or what I'm interested in. I just get this feeling of like just letting all that editing go, not feeling like you have to edit yourself every second. The next card here, my dears, look at this. The Six of Swords. Six of Swords is that happy energy. It's getting away from drama. Oftentimes it could be taking a trip or a vacation, going somewhere where you're able to clear your head and you're able to make your decisions more clearly. You're able to make your decisions better. You're in this happier energy. You're in this calmer energy. And you're getting away from any kind of drama, any kind of struggle, smooth sailing, smooth waters. This is a card that comes up for me a lot of the times when you're going and you're checking out a place, or you're taking a little bit of a trip or a little bit of a getaway, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, here's an opportunity to relocate. So that might happen for some of you. You might go somewhere to visit a friend. You might go somewhere to just check out an area because you've been curious about it, and you get there and you're like, oh my God, this is home. Like, I totally see myself here. This feels more like home than where I've been at. So some of you are manifesting a very sudden, out of nowhere relocation. Some of you may be manifesting a little bit of a getaway. I also feel here, because we're starting with water and we're ending with water. Obviously, the Six of Swords is the element of air. I know that, right? But looking at the picture here, we have water, right? And this is about peace and calm, like feeling a sense of peace and calm, which is tied into emotion, right? So water. This makes me feel, Gemini, like a lot of you are going to have some epiphanies coming your way, or healing or releasing as you're connecting with the element of water, okay? So maybe you're getting these really great ideas or releases in the shower, or maybe you're feeling led to take like, salt baths or bubble baths or something, or you're going somewhere where you're going to be near the water, going fishing, going near a lake, or visiting the ocean or something. I feel there's this release happening for you as you're connecting with water energy. And I feel, Gemini, like a lot of you, as you're interacting with this water, it could even be as you're washing dishes for some of you, but as you're interacting with this water, there's these flashes and memories coming up in your head. Like, you're seeing people you haven't thought about since childhood. You're having flash little memories of things that happened when you were a kid. And it doesn't feel dramatic to me. It doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, repressed memories coming up, oh, traumatic, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. That could be happening for some of you, but for the majority of you, it feels to me like it's just all the little moments in your life where you developed an insecurity, or you developed a limited belief. You're remembering those moments, and they're popping up in your head because they're being released. You're letting them go. Okay, I don't need that anymore. I don't have to store that information anymore. I don't need it. I can let that go now. And so I feel there's a big release happening in that way as you're connecting with water energy. I would encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to go to calendly.com/amethystangellite, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love videos for March are in the description of the video. I feel like some of you are going to rush over there to watch that right now because you're planning on visiting a love interest and you're like, what's going to happen? Are we going to end up, being together? These are general readings, so we'll see what happens for each person. But I feel that vibe for some reason that some of you are like, oh my gosh, I gotta go check out the love reading now. But love readings are there. April love readings will be up soon. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Bye, Gemini. Take care, my darlings.